Welcome to a book update. I have submitted 5 first patterns for a draft of the book layout that is gonna be published in book magazines, I think. So during spring, the bookshops tend to start buying in books that comes out in autumn. And because my book is coming out in autumn 2025, I've made now these first few patterns with the pictures and layout. No, I'm not doing the layout, but the texts and everything, so that they can do a mini version of the book that you can pre-read kind of to see what kind of book is coming out, and then you can start pre-ordering them for your bookshops during, I think, May, but I'm not sure. So that is very exciting. I got a call from my publisher that I need to write a text about myself, and it's so hard to put into work, like brag about yourself in a sense, but that is what you need to do. And it feels like your head turns blank when someone is asking, yeah, what have you like achieved and accomplished with your business, and yeah, so that was exciting. But I think we together managed to get something down on paper, and I also needed to write some additional texts for all these patterns that I hadn't thought about. So now each pattern will have this small flavor text at the beginning of the pattern, like just letting the reader know what kind of pattern it is, what skill level you need to have, what elements is in the pattern, etc. Pretty basic standard text, but I'm really happy with the text parts that I wrote, and I think it's gonna be really nice in the book. I can't wait to see the first draft. I'm currently working on crocheting like crazy because in a couple of weeks we are gonna have the final photo shoot. So I have decided that the only thing I get to do now is crochet, because everything else I can finish up after the photo shoot, but I can't shoot something after the photo shoot. Or I can take step-by-step pictures, for example, but not any final photos, because my photographer is coming for 3 days and we need to get everything photographed during those 3 days. So that is very exciting. I'm currently working or sewing together a new design for the book, which is a badger. She doesn't have any name yet, but I am really happy with how she turned out. There will be 8, if I remember correctly, 8 sitting big animals in this book, and then a couple of birds. One of those birds is gonna be a common crane. I think she looks so whimsical and so fun. She's gonna get some rubber boots as well. I'm also working on the mallard duck that is crocheted in double yarn. I have 2 patterns that are crocheted in double strand yarn, just to show off a little bit that you can make a bigger amigurumi if you want with this simple hack, or if you want a speckled texture, you can combine 2 different colors yarns like this, which is really fun. I also am working on a pigeon, I think, and a Elton the squirrel, a new version, because the shade for the yarn has changed since I made the first version of Elton the squirrel. So I'm recrocheting him in the proper shade of orange so that he will match the fox and everything else that is in orange. A lot of things happening. I've kind of paused everything else in my business right now and everything but the Happy Amigurumi Club. So I am not gonna publish any new patterns before I've submitted all of the materials to the publisher, and then I'm gonna take a 2 weeks break after that, and after that I am gonna be working on some bag patterns probably, and a crochet along in June. It feels good to have paused everything else, but that does also mean that there is not a lot of money coming into the business right now, and that is pretty scary. I know that it will pay off at the end when the book is done and published. It's scary to not have... I mean, I have an income stream from the Happy Amigurumi Club, and I'm really grateful that I have a group of enthusiastic amigurumi nerds who is supporting me through that club. I tend to get more sales when I publish something new, and I don't have time for that right now. So publishing is on break. I've done some collaborations and some local workshops, which have done really well. So I'm trying to balance the fact that I need to work on this book and I can't really work on anything else, and at the same time keep my business floating. If I ever write a second book, which I kind of want, I already have an idea for a second book. I need to figure out a way to get money in during the book making section, either by having regular income streams that just goes on by themselves, or getting some financial support for writing the book somehow. There is a couple of places where you can apply for financial support for writing books, for example, here in Finland, so that might be one option. But we will see. That is a very, very future problem. And I mean, this book will also be something that sells, hopefully, continuously, and a kind of half passive income stream when it's launched. Maybe it's easier with the second book. I don't know. We'll see. But we need to finish this one first. I thought I would give you this springy update at least. I am now gonna continue sewing together some amigurumis. It's actually Sunday today, so I am only gonna prep for photo shoot tomorrow for some step-by-step pictures, and then I've actually had 2 weeks now that I've crocheted 4 hours per day and haven't done almost any other businessy work, some admin stuff that needs to be done. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue that this week, working, crocheting 4 hours, slowly but steadily. We're getting there to finishing up 20 amigurumis for the book and some cute little accessories. just finished the last amigurumi for the book. I am speechless. I've never thought that I would arrive at this stage in the book process, that I've actually finished crocheting all of the amigurumis. There is still a lot of text and patterns that need to be worked on, but the crocheting is done. And yeah, let me show you. I mean, why not? Let's take a sneak peek of the entire collection of amigurumis that's gonna be inside of the book. I am so excited. I took a photo for my photographer so that she would get a little bit of inspiration and know what we are gonna photograph tomorrow and Thursday, Friday. So here they are. There is 20 animals in total. 8 of them are big sitting happy amigurumis, and the rest of them are smaller ones. About 1/3 are new patterns and new designs, and the rest of them is familiar faces. I love them so much. I think they look great together, and I can't wait to take photos of them and just finalize the book. I have exactly 1 month and a week, but we're gonna go on a small vacation next week, so there will be like 1 month and 3 days to work on the rest of the patterns. I have written down at least half of the patterns should be ready to go, and then I'm gonna do the rest of the half during May, as well as all the other texts that is gonna go inside of this book. I am gonna have some tutorial pages that needs text and instructions, some text for the materials and tools that I'm using. So there is still a lot of to do with this book, but I am so excited that this portion is now done and ready. And on Friday we will have the photographing portion done and ready, most of them at least. I will have some step-by-step pictures for how to crochet single crochets and how to do a magic circle, for example. I will do them during May, but otherwise it feels like this is a big section goal to have them ready and that I can see them all together. They look colorful, they look fun, they look happy. I love the tapestry crochet, I love the color variation. I was so scared that there would be a lot of brown and beige tones, and there still are some, but I feel like I've managed to pop in a lot of colors too, so I'm really excited.